Invocation and Introduction. Al-Tabari begins his massive history with a profound meditation on God's nature and creative power. This opening isn't just a formality. It establishes the entire theological framework for understanding history itself. God, Tabari tells us, exists as the eternal first and last. He created the universe without any precedent or model to work from, and without any need compelling him to do so. This is a fundamental Islamic principle: the Creator is absolutely distinct from creation. The universe exists because God willed it, not because he required it. And what was the purpose of creation? According to Tabari, rational beings, meaning both jinn and humans, exist for one reason: to worship their Creator. Through their gratitude, they receive divine bounty. Through their ingratitude, they lose it. Tabari describes how God equipped humans with everything needed for this purpose. We have hearing and sight. We have reason to distinguish truth from falsehood, benefit from harm. The earth itself becomes like a carpet spread out for us, with passable roads. The heavens form a protective roof above. The celestial bodies don't just provide light. They enable us to calculate religious obligations, to know when to pray, when to fast, when to celebrate festivals. Even the alternation of day and night serves divine purposes. The night provides rest, the day allows for livelihood. But these cycles also mark prayer times and religious duties. In Tabari's worldview, the sacred and secular are inseparable. The cosmos itself is designed around worship. Now here's where Tabari's understanding of history becomes clear. He presents all of human affairs as governed by responses to divine favor. Those who show gratitude receive increased blessings, either in this life or stored up for the afterlife. This explains why righteous rulers succeed and faithful communities prosper. Conversely, ingratitude leads to deprivation and divine punishment. This accounts for the fall of kingdoms and the downfall of unjust leaders. But what about the wicked who seem to prosper? Tabari addresses this theological puzzle directly. He describes a third category: people who enjoy divine favors despite their ingratitude. He says these blessings come by way of deception. Their apparent success actually increases their eventual punishment, making their ultimate downfall more severe. It's a sobering perspective on worldly success. With this theological foundation established, Tabari outlines his project. He plans to chronicle rulers from the creation of the world all the way to its annihilation. This includes divinely sent messengers, earthly kings, and caliphs. He'll provide summaries rather than exhaustive accounts, avoiding excessive length while maintaining essential information about each ruler's lifespan, reign, and historical significance. But before he can talk about rulers, Tabari realizes he needs to address fundamental questions about time itself. What is time? How long has it existed? When did it begin? When will it end? These philosophical inquiries establish the temporal framework within which human history unfolds. Political events only make sense when grounded in broader metaphysical reality. Tabari then explains his methodology, and this is important for understanding how the history works. He adopts a transmission-based approach rather than relying on his own reasoning or speculation. Historical knowledge about past events, he argues, can only come through reliable informants and transmitters. This is the same principle that underlies Islamic hadith scholarship. You can't just make up history. You need authenticated chains of transmission. He acknowledges something interesting here. Some readers might find certain transmitted material objectionable or meaningless. But Tabari says he's not responsible for that content. His role is to faithfully report what has been transmitted to him. He's compiling sources, not offering original interpretations. If something sounds strange, blame the original source, not Tabari. The chronicle will also include detailed biographical information about the Prophet's companions and subsequent generations. Tabari will evaluate whose transmissions are reliable and whose should be rejected. This serves two purposes. First, it establishes the credibility of historical sources. Second, it provides models of praiseworthy versus blameworthy conduct for readers to learn from. What emerges from this introduction is Tabari's understanding of history as theodicy, a demonstration of divine justice working through human affairs. Political success and failure reflect spiritual conditions, not just secular factors. Kings and caliphs become case studies in the consequences of gratitude versus ingratitude toward divine favor. This framework transforms what could be dry political record-keeping into religious instruction. Readers learn not only what happened but why events unfolded as they did according to divine justice. The patterns of rise and decline in human societies illustrate cosmic principles that transcend any particular historical moment. Tabari's history thus serves multiple functions at once. It preserves historical memory. It validates Islamic theological principles. And it provides practical guidance for rulers and subjects alike about the proper relationship between human authority and divine sovereignty.